lies the ultimate epic encounter with the supreme alien intelligence.
Alien ships are approaching the base. Their intentions are not known.
Alien attack. A stellar war so huge that only Earth's own moon could lead the human battle fleet against the most overwhelming attack mankind will ever experience.
You have no place in space at all. You have no future.
The challenge is on. The awesome fight for man's very existence in the universe.
Why has all this happened to us, Professor?
The gods using us for their sport, perhaps.
Alien attack.
Hey dear, that ended abruptly, didn't it? It was the only trailer I could find for this. Hey up, it's Steve from That Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to Magnificent Mondays. This week, we're doing Space 1999 Alien Attack. It's a movie, allegedly, based on episodes 1, Breakaway, and episode... Now, this is where it gets confusing. Episode 4, War Games, but it wasn't it was the 4th episode aired in the UK, but it was the 17th episode produced. They were all over the place, well, the Space 1999 episodes, so it made it hugely confusing as to what were going on and how long they'd been in space and stuff like that. But anyway, if you don't know Space 1999, it's a Gerry Anderson series, the man who brought us Thunderbirds and Joe 90 and Captain Scarlet and UFO and all that stuff. Live action sci-fi TV series, ran for 2 seasons, 48 episodes between 1975 and 1977. Starring Martin Landau and Barbara Bain, the husband and wife team, who apparently, got the rumours, they ruled with an iron fist on the set. And if they didn't get their way, you know, all hell broke loose, so to speak. As I said, it ran for 2 seasons. The second season was a bit more... Gerry Anderson kind of stepped back and Fred Freeberger came in, who was the man behind season 3 of Star Trek, the original series of Star Trek. And he came in and he basically made it a bit more like Star Trek, and there were more aliens and bug-eyed monsters and stuff like that. We had new characters like Maya and Tony Vedecci. Some characters just vanished without a trace from season 1. We never knew what happened to them. But anyway, but these 2 episodes are from season 1. They did 2 movies. They did this one, Alien Attack. They did Destination Moonbase Alpha. Oh, where's me? Where are we? There we go. Right. Alien Attack. I forgot to get me Destination Moonbase Alpha tape out. It's over there. And Destination Moonbase Alpha, which were from season 2. It were the 2 parts of the Bringers of Wonder or whatever it were called. As I said, this one's from the first episode, Breakaway, and the 4th episode, War Games. And the one that we're mostly going to look at is from the Space 1999 Blu-ray box set, which I didn't realise until today is different to the VHS. There's bits in the VHS that aren't in the Blu-ray version. So I've been struggling to get it all watched today, and I've had to skip some bits, so I could go wrong. Plastic VHS cases, says Wingrace, yes. Why? It also meant, in space, no one can hear you lose a moon, which we're going to see. Anyway, right, so we're going to see clips from the VHS rip and the Blu-ray rip. That's what we're going to see. And unfortunately, there's no subtitles with these buggers, unfortunately. But before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. And Joshua Kanapki's here, yay! Later on, they'll upload it to Spotify, Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Podcasts. We're live on YouTube, we're live on Rumble, and we're live on Twitch, yay! I'm also on Facebook, X and Instagram. Links are in the description. As I've links to my 2 books, I can't be bothered getting them. They're down there. The links are in the description for them. Right, so let's get on with it, shall we? As usual, I'll not be just playing the film, although I don't know how. I know it is copyrighted, but it's an old thing, innit? But anyway, I can't just play it. We watch it as a series of stills, and I don't know where to start. Which one to start? I've got both the VHS rip and the what happened then? And the Blu-ray rip. I'll switch. I'm going to switch between them. I've got to. Right. So let me just sort this out. Right. So off we go. Off we go. Right. I don't know what I'm doing. Make myself titchy tiny. That's what I do, don't I? I'm all fingers and thumbs today. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, off we go. There's the old ITC thingamabob. Is it going to... Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. ITC Entertainment. Good old Lou Grade, remember him. Presents. Right. On the Blu-ray version of Alien Attack, they've tidied up or, dressed up the some of the special effects, so they look nicer. It's also a nicer transfer, but they've redone some effects and they've digitised some little bits. But most of the effects are just what we've seen, strings and all, holding the spaceships up. Pardon me, but they do look a lot better. But we begin with a narration that makes no sense whatsoever. But anyway, we get some of these nice space shots, but I've never liked these models of the moon that they've used in Space 1999. It just doesn't look right to me anyway, but whatever. Anyway, we get this narration, and I've got it here. It makes no sense whatsoever. I'm just going to read it, the text of it. From the very first moment in time when man looked out into the universe, our galaxy has been dominated by the moon, the Earth's great natural satellite. The galaxy has been dominated by the moon, has it? It's like written by somebody who knows sod all about space. This obsession led to the early primitive explorations in the mid-20th century, i.e. the Apollo stuff, and finally culminated in the lunar bases of today, an advanced complex instrument self-supporting in all aspects. The command centre, Moonbase Alpha. Hang on, which we're going to see in a minute. Hang on. Just a minute. Here we go. We're going to see Moonbase Alpha now. Pan down onto Moonbase Alpha. There it is. Oh, there it was. Here we're meeting some of the crew. That's Sandra Benesch. There's Dr. Victor Bergman. There's Paul Morrow. I had to think about his name then. Paul Morrow. There's Dr. Russell in the background. That's Tanya Alexander, I think. I don't know. She's German. Anyway, the narration continues. The command centre, Moonbase Alpha, is a well-established colonised space station, regularly monitored and smoothly functioning. Its very existence made possible by a specially developed support system fed by nuclear waste from Earth. So I don't think that's quite right, but never mind. From this stepping stone in space, the frontiers of the universe can be extended and the eternal search for other forms of life made possible. Even now, signals from the planet Meta are being received. Is it going to show us it? There's some sort of botanical garden. That's not in the VHS version. A nice, bit of the Earth over the moon base. Is it going to show us Meta? No, it didn't. But anyway, whatever. Signals that could be from intelligent beings. The mission, a manned probe. The ship stands ready. There it is. That's like a space station. That's hang on, where are we? That's in orbit of the moon. That's supposed to have the Meta probe that's going to go and visit it. I don't know where it is. There we go. There's the Meta signal. And the crew complete their training, and then it says something bizarre. It also says it in Destination Moonbase Alpha. The year is 2100, i.e. 2100. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And then it kind of diverges a bit then, the VHS version and the Blu-ray version. Anyway, where were we? Oh, you're talking about Dune. Windgrace is asking Joshua Kanapke how was Dune Part 2, because he went to see it at the cinema. And he says it was excellent. So there we go. The metadata is never wrong. This meta thing in Space 99 is also weird. It's mentioned in Breakaway, and you get the feeling that they're going to go to meta. They never do. They never do. Although it's suggested that another planet that they go to, they think they call it Terra Nova, is supposed to be meta, but it's never confirmed, so they just forget about meta. But anyway, so what happens? Right, so we get the opening titles next in a minute. Hang on. Look at the meta signal. And then we get the opening titles, which I think are different. We get to see, some explosions, and there we go, starring Martin Landau, also starring Barry Morse. This is a nice bit of modern effects. There we go, Roy Dotrice as Commissioner Simmons. Anthony Valentine and Isla Blair play aliens later on. Meta Nova Terror. Moon City. They always called them that. I always said Moon City costumes designed by Rudy Gernreich. Why didn't it say Moonbase Alpha costumes? Why Moon City? It's always said that, and it's always baffled me. But anyway, so there we go. And then we begin. But this is where it begins on the Blu-ray. There we go. Nuclear Waste Disposal Area 2. I think it actually says what year it is as well. Is it going to show us? Unless I've gone past it. I might have gone past it. There we go. The Moon, September 9th, 1999. Yet the narration said it was the year 2100. Baffling. But anyway, I'm going to take that off because we've got to go to the VHS version, because that goes differently. I do apologise. It'll be it's not as good quality because it's a VHS rip, obviously. But there we go. So we begin. I think it's supposed to be New York. I think it is, isn't it? That's the Empire State Building by the looks of it. And we cut to. Shush. I've not muted it. I forgot. Here we go. A building. Some sort of building. There we go. And here we meet Patrick Allen. You know his voice. And lots of other people. Apologies for the quality. But so we're getting... where are we? So we're learning here that they're talking about they're in contact with Moonbase Alpha, and talking about the meta signal, and that John Koenig has been assigned to command Moonbase Alpha, and they're removing Commander Gorski. Is it Gorski? I've forgotten. Just a minute. Can't remember. I've got to check. I've forgotten. I'm an idiot. Where is it? Yes, I'm right. Commander Gorski. Yeah, played by Phil Maddock. Stop tangenting the show now, Steve. Well, whatever. It's it's what happens in it. So talking about the Metaprobe and Commander Koenig, taking over. This is obviously just added for the movie version, but then they took it out again when they did the Blu-ray one. But this was on the VHS, and they're talking about basically just minutiae. They're just waffling on about the Metaprobe cannot be allowed to fail, and they're watching what's going on over the at the nuclear waste dump sites in a minute when it goes to it. There we go. But that's where we cut back to the Blu-ray version. But we're seeing all this going on. But they keep intercutting, so I'm going to have to keep with this. But then we learn some men have become ill doing this mission, and these are supposed to be the Meta probe crew They were doing the training runs over the nuclear waste sites, and they've become ill and gone all weird in the face. So, but we'll get rid of that, and we'll go back to the Blu-ray version. Just let me get ready for another bit. There we go. Right, so let's get back to this. Oh, it is complicated, isn't it? Right, so we're back in some nice sharp images. Thanks for doing all the hard work for this stream. Bloody nightmare. Right, so we're back at Nuclear Waste Disposal Area 2. These chaps, these are the Meta probe crew. For some reason, these are doing this. There's Victor Bergman watching them because he's the science officer of Moonbase Alpha. There's Elena Russell, played by Barbara Bain. She's the doctor. Cool effects. The Eagle Transporter, one of the greatest sci-fi ships ever made. I've got a dinky one over there. I was going to get it out, but I'd have to move things to get it. So it's a great spaceship. But you can see it's supposedly, there we go, putting nuclear waste. It's a waste disposal. It's not powering Moonbase Alpha. It's a waste disposal site on the far side of the moon. Anyway, the Metarons, Earthmen, we are peaceful beings, and you've tried to destroy us, but you cannot succeed. You and your people will act for this. Will pay for this act of aggression. Okay, what are you on about? Are you on about what we see later on in the War Games? We don't actually know what they're called, do we? Them aliens. Anthony Valentine. But there we go. So they're putting the nuclear waste in, but then something happens, and hang on, have I gone too far? I better bloody have. No, it hasn't. Nothing's happened yet. It's going to happen in a minute. There we go. There's an eagle flying over, coming from Earth. Does all the sound effects like that. Why not just launch the garbage at the sun once it's staged on the moon? Yeah, why not? It's not going to do much harm, is it? On the sun. But no, they dump it on the far side of the moon. Anyway, this is Commander Koenig heading to the moon. That's what he's doing. And he's the only one on Moonbase Alpha who's got a collar for his uniform. Nobody else has got a collar, if you notice. First time I noticed it today. But here he's talking to Commissioner Simmons, played by Roy Dotrice, who kind of becomes a baddie, but gets killed off. In the VHS version, they mention that he dies, but we'll get to that. Not in the series, he doesn't. He just disappears for about 3/4 of season 1, then just pops back up again. Where's he been? But anyway, that's, the trouble with them broadcasting the episodes out of order. Anyway, there we've got a look at Meta. There's Meta, that's supposed to be a rogue planet going through our solar system, but we never see it again. That's the signal coming from it, which I think might be of intelligent origin. So they say, the Meta mission is of vital importance, blah, blah, blah. And some cool shots of an eagle with the astronauts inside. There's the Meta probe there. There it is. There's the Meta probe. It's like some sort of gateway station, whatever, over the moon. But, the Meta mission is of vital importance. Meanwhile, they're still faffing about with their nuclear waste. And the radiation. They think it's radiation at first, but it turns out it's not. It's like, they call it just magnetism. I think it means like electromagnetism or whatever. But, anyway, meanwhile, there's a surge of some sort, and one of the fellas goes doolally, so they start fighting each other in slow motion, because they're on the moon, remember? They're doing all the... Moonbase Alpha must have some sort of gravity plating or something, so they can walk about normally, but once they get out on the moon surface, they're all giving it all that. Because that's what you do on the moon, and then there you go, he jumps, whee, in slow motion. Because the moon landings were fake, you see. Wee, giving it all that. Oh, yes, and the fella that goes doolally, he bangs his helmet on that rock, and for God's sake! And then when it turns over, we see he's got a white eye. His eyes got, so that's a clue as to what's up. Right, so Commander Koenig's going to land. He lands his eagle. Sal Bandini want to wrestle. Martin Landau ready to rumble. Never seen it. Yes, Maverty. Another cool thing that Moonbase Alpha had were the transport tubes. Here it is. Great stuff. It's great. I begin love Space 1999. I say it's cool. And for some reason, on the VHS version, this part's flipped. Or they flipped it for the Blu-ray version or whatever. It was pointing the other way. They've mirrored it. I don't know why. It's just baffling that they did. Right, so he's arrived. So he's met by Victor. Apparently they know each other. They're old friends. He seems to know a lot of people on Moonbase Alpha. He must have been up there a while, and gone back and forth. But now he's the commander. I'm so glad that we have zips on the sleeves in the future. Oh, you'd think they'd use plastic, wouldn't you? But you think cold metal zips, you'd think it'd be a bit uncomfortable, wouldn't you? But anyway, whatever. And I still want to know why he's the only one with a collar. Is it because he's the commander? Let's see if Commander Gorski has a collar. We will see soon, won't we? When we meet him. He's learning that what's happening to the meta crew is this virus that they're catching. But it's not really a virus. Oh, yes, he has. This is Commander Gorski. He has got a collar. So just only commanders have the privilege of having a collar to keep their necks warm. Anyway, so he's with his mad sort of like Julius Caesar haircut. Don't know, but anyway, he's relieved. We never see him again. Presumably goes back to Earth, but he's been relieved of duty. So he goes round introducing him. Well, meeting all the crew. So he goes into his office and says, right, so it's not a virus. He says, no, we don't know what it is. We don't know what's affecting these crews that go over the waste sites. There's two of them. There's Waste Site 1 and Waste Site 2. And Nuclear Waste Site 2 is miles bigger than Nuclear Waste Site 1. But we've got to work out, what's going wrong and all that jazz. So there's got to go and talk to Dr. Helena Russell. And apparently they've never met before. So they don't know each other, even though they're husband and wife, in real life. But anyway, another cool thing for Space 1999 was these. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. I meant to look it up and I've forgotten. My mate would know. My mate Simon, he'd know, because he knows all about Space 1999. Let's say cool little. They actually worked. They had like bigger ones for like super close-ups, but like I said, they had these little TVs, little screens that actually worked in these little. They were amazing in 1975. They have a collar because they're the only ones smart enough to put on an undershirt. Anyway, so there he is. So he's at the door, basically. She's seeing who's at the door. Then she can press a button and open it. So when he comes, introduce themselves. They've got to work out what's gone wrong, what's affecting these crewmen. You see, he's got a big red blob on his brain as Warren. They don't know what's causing it yet. They do find out eventually. Right, so they're going in to see him. There they are. Look, they're not looking well. And it's fatal what they've got. He does die. They do die eventually. There's a look at the metaprobe. This is Captain Alan Carter, the main pilot, the main Eagle pilot. So he's being told that essentially the meta mission's on hold for now because the crew, they're going to have a backup crew or something like that. But it's on hold for now until they work out what's going wrong. Cool shot in the background of the Eagle hangar. And we see, there we go. We see him being moved about. It's pigging ace, isn't it? I love Space 1999. The Eagle's being moved about. But anyway, so it gets on to Commissioner Simmons again, who's on Earth, and so it zips up to the collar. but then it's Velcro. I presume so. I don't know. It would be I would absolutely be wearing an undershirt, especially with that crazy zipper up the arm and shoulder. Yes, exactly. It'd be cold, wouldn't it? Oh dear. Anyway, so we learn that Simmons is not exactly honest about what's going on. He's essentially lied that he knows all along it's not a virus and it's to do with the nuclear waste. I think essentially they've put too much nuclear waste there, but they don't know why it's causing all this kerfuffle in the end. Always go with one more zipper than you're comfortable with. Just ask Billy Idol. Right, so they're going to work it out anyway. Right, so Commander Koenig decides he's going to go out there and look at it for himself. So he says, Paul, get an eagle ready. I'm going out there myself. So off he goes. He's not the pilot. A chap called Collins is the pilot. But he's going out, having a look. And there we go. There's the nuclear waste site. That's Collins in his space suit. Oh, he's taking Victor with him. That was an Orville quote for everyone assuming only make connections. Oh, an Orville quote. I didn't know. I didn't make the Orville connection. So there we go. So, all right. We see that, there we go, Collins is it's affecting him. Why is it affecting him and not Koenig and Bergman, who are just sat in the back? Maybe the passenger area has more shielding than the cockpit. Anyway, they're flying over. Some other chaps are going in their banana splits buggy. Na 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 na. Off they go. There the eagle flies over. They land the eagle at the pad. I think this is this waste disposal site 2? Yes, it is. This is waste disposal site 2. So they're going to check it out. Collins goes in with them for some reason. So they're checking things out. But then Collins, this is the chaps checking their readings at the, outside. But then Collins, you see, his hand's going, look. He's going to wig out in a minute. Low fly pass over the nuclear thrusters. They're going to be nuclear thrusters in a bit. I haven't watched Orville since season 2. That's fine. Season 3 wasn't great, in my opinion. It was okay, but it wasn't great. And the finale was Bab. But anyway, right, so anyway, he freaks out. Does Collins, as you can see. Oh, no, there you go, it's freaking out. And his eye's going to turn white in a minute. And he's going to attack the window. So they're wondering, there's nothing going. Nothing's happening. But then Collins freaks out. There we go. His eyes turn white. So he starts whacking the. Hang on. Let's go back again. He starts whacking the window with his helmet. There you go. Bang. Not very good windows are those, are they? For a moon base. Just one hit with his space helmet puts a big massive crack in it. Jesus. Anyway. They took Collins because he's a red shirt. Yes, he is. And not orange. Season 3 looked amazing, but as I've always stated, I don't need my sci-fi to waste billions on the effects. I want a huge fan of season. There were some good episodes, but that final episode were absolute garbage. Anyway, so he's smashing away, but they managed to subdue him, and he shoots him with his ray gun. I think they call them lasers, I think, on this, but I could be wrong. We're going to see it in a minute. A security guard comes in. He gets knocked about. I've seen him in something else, this security guard. It looks familiar. He's probably been on Coronation Street or something. Here we go. Here's the Space 1999 laser with its 4 beam emitters. I think he only uses one. From the red one, or it would be if they'd lined it up properly. Craig, not very good lining up that, was it? But there we go. So they've stunned him. So they drag him out just as the window breaks. Here it goes. But they're safe. Right, so They head back to Moonbase Alpha. This is... I can't remember the character's name. I'll have to check. Hang on. Benjamin Uma, played by Lon Saturn, who you may know. Not Saturn, the planet. Saturn, his name. He was in Live and Let Die. He played the CIA agent. Strutter, I think. Strutter. In the James Bond film, Live and Let Die. Where are we? It's all the ones with the bad haircuts that go crazy, yes, and the white eyes. SZFQ, what? I think there are far fewer good haircuts than bad. It's the 70s. What do you expect? Right, so they've still got a problem. They still don't know what it is. But Victor's going to sort it out. Why? He's called Eric Sparkman. Very close to Cartman, but it's where he's going to die now. She's got to ask the computer. The computer, how is he doing? And the computer basically says he's dead. There you go. Mutation complete. All brain activity stopped. And it says, Eric Sparkman, deceased. So she just presses all these buttons just to finish him off good and proper. As we'll see. There we go. She presses the buttons just to finish him off. Don't know what SN and E stands for. But so he's dead. So, and that's Alan saying, he's dead! Yes, I'm sorry. So, blummy number. Right, so there's a passage of time. Commander Koenig sitting in his office looking at the meta signal and thinking about things, and we get voiceovers of what people have spoken to him earlier. The meta mission must not fail, and Dr. Russell saying she can't guarantee the safety of the men, blah blah blah. So he's wondering what to do. So what's it? I can't remember what he's going to bloody do now. I think he tells Paul to contact Commissioner Simmons on Emergency Alpha Channel, so which will bring Simmons up to the moon. But something else is... yes, something else happens first. I forgot about this. Thank God it wasn't made in the 80s. Imagine the hair if it was. Yes, imagine all those CFCs in the Moonbase Alpha atmosphere. I've seen Red Dwarf. Oh, cool. I missed that bit. Sorry from Joshua. You've stunned him. Now he's pining for the fjord. Yes, he just stunned. Yes, waste disposal site 2 is going to go up. There it goes, look. And it's all going to explode. But luckily it's just a small one. She's looking through the cameras, and the cameras are burning out with the heat. Not the heat, the whatever. Because there's no heat, apparently. They can't understand why it's going to explode, because there's no heat build-up. Or there's no radiation. There's heat but no radiation, that's it, which is weird, because heat is radiation, isn't it? But never mind. There you go, Koenig's taking an Eagle. He's going to check it out. He's in Eagle 6. Going to that. So he's going to check it out. And they told him not to go, but, he says, I'm going. So he goes and checks it out. Wondering what's going on. But then all the sparklers that start happening, and it hits his Eagle, and he's out of control. So he crashes it, because we've got to see an Eagle crash, quite regularly in Space 1999. The light crashing their Eagles. It's those pesky Mysterons again. I think the Thunderbirds Argo movie, that should have been the pilot episode for Captain Scarlet, in my opinion. But that's by the by. Lightning in a vacuum. Yes, well, why not? It's just energy, isn't it? It's not lightning, is it? It's just energy. Electricity. And you can have electricity in a vacuum, can't you? Right, where are we? Yes, the Eagle, well, landed. Anyway, but he's fine. But nuclear waste disposal site 2 is not fine. Look, it's going up. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. I'll keep doing the music. But there it goes. Up it goes. Illuminate. Oh, hang on, go back a bit. There we go. Illuminating the horizon. But luckily, that was the smaller of the nuclear dump sites. Right, so they're checking him over. They've got him back. They're checking him over. I suppose Alan's cleaning up that eagle, I suppose, or his crew is. And say he's fine, but she plays Hummer with him, saying, you went out there knowing full well the danger and all that. And I can't be held responsible, if you keep doing all this stuff. And then he says, I didn't know you cared, and walks out. Meanwhile, Victor's looking at circuit boards because it's the year 2100. But he finds out now what's going on. It's basically burnt out because of the electromagnetism. So that's what's happening. It's not radiation, it's electromagnetism that's causing it. For reasons. They all actually say, I don't know why. It just is. So now they know that. They can prepare for it. Any landing you can walk away from. Yes, that's a good landing, isn't it? That's what they say. Anyway, they decide they're not gonna risk any more lives. They're gonna send out, don't know how they didn't do this anyway, a shuttle piloted remotely. So there it is, being piloted remotely. Going over to the waste disposal site. 1. Or is it 1 that's the smaller one and 2's the bigger one? I can't remember which way around it is. And with no subtitles to remind me. Never mind. So, they're checking that. Paul's flying it, Paul Morrow, and you can see we've got his little joysticks. Look, and he keeps jiggling it in a bit. So I'm no wonder the bloody thing crashes. So here it is. But something happens, there's a surge, and it goes out of control, and they said to Paul, blast it out of there. So he goes, and then it goes, ah. Because it's an eagle, and it looks cool from any angle. But he loses control of it. I'm not surprised when we see him doing that. Hey! I'm not surprised he loses control. But anyway, it crashes. It crashes. Oh, look. He says, does Victor. Here we go. It crashes, look, bang. Oh, look, knocks. I don't think that's supposed to move, was it? But there we go. They've crashed another blooming eagle. Didn't mean to do that. Anyway. The Wraith virus steals an eagle. Yes, it does. Yes, just like in Stargate Atlantis. He's jiggling his joystick similar to Bang Me Gavel. If you want. But he did jiggle his joystick. Right, so they've got a problem. And that's when he says, send a signal, Moonbase Alpha priority signal or whatever to Earth. And it gets Commissioner Simmons up because he wants to speak to him face to face. So here he is. He doesn't even get a collar. And his bloody commissioner. Here he is. Hands him his... They've got a name. What are these things with little TVs in? I can't remember what they're called. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm looking it up. Sorry. Space. Comlock. I think it's Comlock. Yes, Comlock. It just came to me. Comlock and stun gun. You can get one on eBay. 49 quid. Bloody hell. Anyway. Where are we? Did more eagles crash than shuttles explode in Voyager? Yes. I think an eagle crashed pretty much every episode of Space 1999. Maybe not, but not far off. Not far off. If you use small corrections like you're supposed to, you wouldn't have lost it. Giving it that, they were struggling to control it and all that. It's like me, basically how I play computer games. It's a bloody thing. Anyway, right, so it gives him his Comlock, which I've just remembered the name of. And there he goes, showing him the carnage over at Waste Disposal Site, whatever it is. So they've decided, Victor's worked out, that if they move the nuclear waste and spread it out further over the moon's surface, it'll ease the electromagnetism, and fingers crossed, it'll be fine. So that's what they're going to do. So there we go. They're sending off some other eagles with cool, what they call them. I can't really call them now. Not capsules. Different sorts of eagles, isn't there? There's like rescue eagles and engineering eagles and all that stuff, isn't there? And eagle transporters. But I don't know what this one's called. But it's got a big winch. It's got a big winch on it. So off it goes, and they're going to start moving. Look, it's just ace. They're ace out there. Piggy love the eagles. So off they go to the waste disposal site. They're going to start moving the waste. And it seems to be working. There you go. They're opening it up, look. And for some reason, they're not wigging out. Or maybe it's not so bad over here. But anyway, then it was at the other place that blew up. But here we go. They're moving the canisters of nuclear waste. There you go. And they're going to drop them somewhere on the moon's surface. And it seems to be going well. Because Victor says, oh, yes, the electromagnetism levels appears to be, levelling out. And it seems to be working. And that pleases Commissioner Simmons. They want Alan is ordered to take the eagle that Simmons arrived in to go up and monitor from orbit. So that's what he does. So off he goes. Look. Hey, so the middle of doing that. Does he have a collar because he's American? Don't know. Shouldn't they have just used other birds than eagle? I mean, albatross has a nice ring to it. Or a birdie. All the golfing terms. Which was played on the moon, wasn't it? Was it Alan Shepard that took his golf clubs to the moon? Whatever. Anyway, see, they don't get on. They don't get on. What's happening here? Oh, yes, it's kicking off, yes. As they're arguing, because Simmons is saying, oh, everything's lovely, and we're good, you've done a good job, but, he's telling him, it's not over yet, Simmons. But then Paul says, it's going to go up. And as we see, hang on. There you go, it's all kicking off, look. In a minute, there you go. And it's the eagle, and the eagle blows up. I mean, the astronauts might be fine. I don't know, but they're in the cockpit there, which is designed to be detachable and act as a lifeboat. Apparently, their complaints coming out for Shogun. By the way, I watched episode 1 of Shogun. It were okay. I started on episode 2 and I couldn't be bothered. I don't know what all the fuss is about, to be honest. Don't know what all the fuss is about. It was, it was just okay. It wasn't amazing. I might continue watching it. I might not. Anyway. Right, so it's all going up. There we go. It's all blowing up now. It's 140 times bigger than the other waste disposal site. And it's all going off, look. It's all blowing up. Boom, boom, boom. Good old... I don't know who did the effects for this. I think it was Brian Johnson, wasn't it, did a lot of the effects. I don't think Derek Meddings did the effects for Space 1999. Or I could be wrong. Can't remember. Anyway, it's all blowing up. And then suddenly the moon's going. Look, oh, crikey. It's all going. It's being rocketed out of Earth orbit. But if it mustn't be like directly behind, the far side of the moon. It mustn't be. Well, it can't because it shows it from the. So it must be just on the other side of the moon because it sends the moon off. It don't go flying towards the Earth basically because the far side of the moon is always facing away from the Earth. So if it were thrusting that way, the Earth wouldn't it? So it must be at an angle. Anyway, so off it goes. Off the moon goes out of Earth orbit, and the accelerations making them go all like that. look. So they didn't give them the air hoses and stuff in it, but I don't think they did. So it says it's the acceleration, and so off the moon goes. And for some reason, that space station blows up, and the Metaprobe's lost, and that Eagle as well. I don't know why that blows up, but it just does. Off the moon goes. And for some reason, Alan's fine. Alan's must be getting dragged along by the moon's mavity. And he's fine, but all the others are like, oh, but he's okay. Must be because he's there. There he is. Look, here he comes. Look, there he is. He's fine. Look, he's saying you're going out of orbit, and I don't like the moon models they're using. Look at the size of these craters. Bloody hell. Anyway, they never show where they put excavated moon dirt when they dug the holes for the waste. I'm sure they put it somewhere. Maybe they used it to build another moon base beta. Anyway, the acceleration eases and they all can get up. But they're still moving away from Earth, but not accelerating anymore. This is a new shot, by the way. This is in the VHS version. So it's a nice new, I suppose, digital shot of it moving away. Oh no, it hasn't eased yet. It's going to ease soon. They're still moving away. Right, it's eased now. They'll all get up and power comes back on and everything. But now we've got to go back, I think, to the... Yes, we have. We've got to go back to the VHS version now. To see what's going on with Patrick Allen and his crew. So this is where we were told. Hang on, where's me dialogue for this? Where are we? Where are we? Where is it? Where is it? It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. What's going on? There we go. There we go. Put those figures through the computer bank. Right. Actually, no, this is earlier on. This is after Koenig's Eagle crashes, so I've missed a bit. I've missed a bit. I've gone too far. This is after Koenig's Eagle crashes, and they're basically saying that they can't risk the Metaprobe, and hang on. Basically, these fellas are just talking in an office, basically. And oh, I've got a nice Saturn V rocket there. But they're basically saying that Commander Koenig's in charge, even though he crashed his shuttle and stuff. The risk, for what to do next is to be taken by Commander Koenig. So there we go. Yes. So that's that one. And then just a minute, I'm going to get rid of this again and go to the next bit. Where is it? Favourites. Where are you? There we go. Shush. And now the moon's been sent out of orbit. We're being told now, says, gentlemen, as you're aware, all contact with Moonbase Alpha has been lost. And during the last sporadic and very distorted transmission, we were informed that Commissioner Simmons has died. But yet we see him. Hang on, I'll show you. We see him in a minute. Right, see if I can find him. They're all reporting, saying, everything's fine, a couple of minor injuries, etc. A couple of sections, evacuated to space or whatever, but I don't think anybody's died. Oh, for God's sake. But we do see Simmons in the background in a minute. See, they're moving away. Look, they're watching the Earth moving away. They've got a satellite that said, we've got images from this satellite showing the moon moving away from Earth. Come on, show us Simmons. And me. Oh, aye, they're talking about Project Exodus, and this is where we learned that they can't get back to Earth now. The moon's acceleration put them, the Eagles wouldn't be able to get back to Earth. So, there's a human decision required, and it's, Koenig's decision. So he decides they're not even going to try because, it'd be a fool's errand. But here we're going to see Commissioner Simmons in a minute. There he is. Hang on, you're not showing. Bloody showing him, aren't they? There we go. There he is. There's Commissioner Simmons. He looks fine. He's got a little bit of a cut on his forehead that we saw a couple of minutes ago. But he's there. He's fine. Oh, for God's sake. Done it again, haven't I? There we go. He's there. But then on the VHS version... Hang on, where are we? Bring back VHS. We can't risk the Metaprobe. Knock on door, sir. It's the Metaprobe. What about it? It's been destroyed, sir. Yes, it has. So he's there. He's fine. But then we're told in this one that he's dead. Commissioner Simmons is dead. But in the series, he wasn't. He popped up, as I said, in an episode called Earthbound, which was the 5th episode made, I think. I think it was the 5th. But something like the 14th broadcast, or maybe the 17th, I can't remember. It was way on in season 1, and I think, what's he been doing all that time on Moonbase Alpha? But anyway, in the VHS version, he's dead. And they're talking about Operation Exodus, they've got no chance, and they've got to think about what's happening on Earth. Because on Earth, rising sea levels are changing the coastline, and the polar caps are melting, and there's tidal waves and earthquakes and stuff going off. So all that's on Earth. But apparently its axis has settled. But I'm sure they go back to Earth. It's based 1999. Or they see something that's happened to Earth. What's happened to it? And it's basically lifeless. Or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else. But... Patrick Allen, with his chocolatey voice, says, what does it say? The men and women will continue to live for years to come. It would be in its way the greatest probe into space that man has ever known. Moonbase Alpha facing whatever confronts them in the universe, surmounting all difficulties. So, he's saying... They've gone, and I'm hoping that they're still alive, and that's the last we see of that from the last of the extra scenes from the VHS version. But now we're back to the Blu-ray. Those environmentalists would be pissed. Yes, global warming. So this is where he's saying they're not going to even try to. Evacuate back to Earth because they're moving away too quickly for the Eagles to get back to Earth. Alan's got back, by the way. He's fine. But they're off. So, Moonbase Alpha's moving through space. And then we get, we'll be learning that, minor injuries and stuff. But then, this is a news report that they're getting from Earth. He's talking about the volcano, I keep talking about volcanoes, earthquakes and stuff like that, and tsunamis and all that jazz that have been going on. And the 311 people on Moonbase Alpha are feared dead. That's what he's saying. And then they lose the transmission, so they can't get any signals back to Earth now. But then they start picking up the meta signal. Is it going to show it? Probably not. There we go. We're going to see the meta signal. Here it comes. So they think they're going to go and live on Meta, but it's never mentioned again. Oh dear. Unless there's a planet that they call Terra Nova. That might be Meta. Don't know. But they never get there. Anyway. But then we do a little, some dissolves. There we go. See the moon travelling through the universe. How fast is it going? I don't know. I think in season 2 they decided that the moon were passing through like wormholes. I don't think they call them that. They call them something else. But that's how it's travelling through, to different parts of the galaxy. But in season 1 it's basically just going. It's just moving through them. We don't know how fast it's going or whatever. Moon is gone. Go to the pub like a responsible Brit. Yes. Get 4 pints of bitter before lunchtime. So off it goes. There we go. This isn't in the VHS version, by the way. These like these added digital shots that they've put in, just to show the moon travelling through the universe. And then, bang, we arrive at this planet in a binary system. This planet. I don't know if it's got a name. I don't think it's got a name. Does it say? I don't think it has, but I could be wrong. Where is it? Oh, by the way, that boardroom with Patrick Allen and all the others is the International Lunar Finance Commission. That's where they're at. Patrick Allen as Chairman Dexter, Weston Gavin as Deputy Chairman Walsh, and Mark Smith as Commander Nardin, uncredited narrator. Right, what is it? Seeing if it's got a name, this planet. I don't think it has. Let's have a look. War Games. By the way, War Games, this episode that this is from, apparently the most expensive TV episode ever made at the time. Don't know how much it was, but apparently the most expensive. Does it say the name of the planet? It doesn't say the name of the planet. Nope. We don't know the name of the planet. It is an unnamed planet. Right, so here it goes. It's entering this planet system. This is a new shot as well that isn't in the VHS. Nice shots through the window. Through the windows of Moonbase House. You can see people moving about and stuff, and screens changing. But then 3 ships appear. Dun, dun, dun. They look very like eagles, don't they? Because they're Mark 9 Hawks or something. Like fighters, space fighters, Earth space fighters. Because it's 1999. There they are. So there, something approaching. They're going to say they're Mark 9 Hawks. So that an Earth designed ship. What are they doing on this mystery planet? Don't know. But you've got to watch. I think this is Paul fumbling, pressing the alarm. You ready? Oh, for God's sake! I think we're back far enough. There we go. Go on. It's like me pressing a button. Come on, do it. Oh, for Pete's sake. Here it goes. Let's go back again. Like me. Lister's been playing pool with planets and moons. What do you keep going about Red Dwarf for? They are Hawk attack ships, yes. They are Mark 9. So they send some eagles up to intercept. Here we go. Off they go. Din, 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 din. Incidental music, etc. They're getting ready in sick bay, or is it medical bay, whatever they call it. So they're going to intercept. And they're going to start opening fire because, it's Earthmen and we're belligerent. I don't think they wait for the Hawks to open fire first, I don't think. They just start shooting first. There we go. Just start shooting at with the slowest lasers ever known. But, they make short work of those Hawks. But then more come. Not Morecambe, the town in Lancashire. More Hawks come. And they arrive, and for some reason, the Eagles, can't intercept them. And they must have come back, the Eagles, because they're trying to take off again, I think. And the Hawks start attacking Moonbase Alpha and blowing shit up. There we go. It's probably why this was the most expensive TV thing ever made. All the explosions and spaceships and laser beams and stuff. And then, oh, look, he's going off. Oh, crikey. And, so, blow me number. It's all kicking off. Alan's out there. He's going to sort them out. So, there we go. We've still got them 3. So, they must have just been floating about. Those other Hawks must have come from a slightly different direction. But you know, they're going to intercept them. There'll be more slow lasers. So here we go. But why are Earth ships attacking them? Don't know. But blown up. But I think they deal with those. Oh yes, Alan's ship gets hit and they lose all power. So they're just drifting in space, and they do a thing that the Last Starfighter steals. Remember, this came out 9 years-ish before the Last Starfighter. Anyway, I think Commander Koenig orders everybody down. They must have some sort of bunker underneath the station. Why didn't they go there during Breakaway? I don't know, but he orders all the crew down into this safe zone, and he says just Sandra, Paul, and Kano are going to stay with him, because Kano's the one that talks to the computer. Computer says no, and all that. But he sends Victor off. There we go. So they're all heading for safety. But the Hawks keep attacking. The red alert seems orange. Crichton put the wrong bulb in. Damn you all the way to Hades. I want to go to red alert. There we go. It's all blowing up, look. So, you know, Moonbase Alpha's knackered now, isn't it? Again. Oh, wow, they get a crack in the window. So Doctor, I forgot his name. No, it's escaped me. Hang on, let me check. Doctor, where are you? Dr. Matthias, that's it. That shadow on his trousers looked like he pissed himself. I won't look. Let's go back. Let's go back for the laughs. See if we can find it. Shadow on his trousers. Where are we looking? Don't know where we're looking. Don't know. But anyway, he's got some polyfiller to squirt onto it to seal up the hole. But you know, they're still under attack. But in season 2 they got a big honking space laser gun, you know, that used to come out. Why are they deploying that? Maybe they haven't built it yet. But anyway, they've got to evacuate medical bay or sick bay or life bay or whatever they call it on Deep Moonbase Alpha. There you go. Another window goes. Oh, okay, he's gone with it as well. Is that Dr. Matthias that's gone out? Yes. Key cast members die in this, which is a bit of a clue as to what happens at the end. So they're all sad because people are dying. And Moonbase Alpha's buggered. But it's not over because a bloody great bomber ship arrives. Here we go. Flanked by 2 Hawks. It's Spaceball 1. Here it is. It stops for nobody. But apparently it's a bomber. And it's got a doomsday weapon in. But luckily, Alan Carter's there in his Eagle. There they are, in their Eagle. They're watching it go by. You know, just like they do in Last Starfighter, don't they? Wait for the mothership, command ship to go past, and then they can attack it from behind. And that's just what Alan Carter does in this. Maybe they should have hailed the Hawks instead of shooting at them. Exactly. Gerry Anderson is going to cause, you know, interstellar wars. Gerry did it in Captain Scarlet as well, didn't he? He had them just shooting at the Mysterons, just willy-nilly, and started a war. It was our fault, but yet the Mysterons are the bad guys somehow. Eh dear, but anyway. Right, so wait for the where are we? There we go. Wait for the bomber to pass by, and then the power up, and basically it mustn't have any shields because they just shoot it once and it blows up. Maybe it's because it had the doomsday weapon on it, whatever that is. That's how it's described. There we go. And look, and fire, boom, and it goes, boom, kaboom, an earth-shattering kaboom, no less. It's that big, it even knocks them about on Moonbase Alpha because it was a doomsday bomb. Maybe from beneath the Planet of the Apes. Maybe it was the Alpha Omega bomb from there, and they could all worship it. Anyway. But they're safe for now. They're safe for now, unless they send another one. Oh, says Koenig. Anyway, Sandra, you get it sorted out, love. Right, so they've got to work out what to do next, what's going to happen. And they have the bright idea that they're going to get an unarmed eagle, and Koenig and Eleanor are going to go down to the planet and try and reason with them. You know, after they started shooting. One of the hawks was named Hudson, piloted by name brain fog Bruce Willis. God, oh dear. Right, where were we? Yes, that's what we're going to do, and they're all up in arms. No, Commander, you're not going to do that. Says yes, I am. So there. Right, so they're going to go and do that. Because they can't survive another attack and all that stuff. So off they go. I just love watching eagles take off and land. So they head down to the planet, and they're planning like an Operation Exodus again now, and they're going to evacuate because Moonbase Alpha's dying apparently. So they're going to evacuate all the eagles that are left down to the planet. So they must be able to, I don't know how many eagles they've got, but they must be able to squeeze 311 people into them, or 309. It's less than that now, isn't it? Because people have been dying. 300-ish people into the whatever eagles they've got left. And they're going to go to the planet because it's the only place for them to go. Because Bergman says in something like 6 hours, the moon will be out of range of that planet. So they've got to go now. So they've said, you start that then, but we're going to go down and try and reason with whoever's down there. So off they go. Then something takes control of the eagle and brings them in to this cool alien landscape and lands them on that up there. Lands them on one of these pads. And so the land and the get out, here it goes, comes down and it lands. And they get out. They've got the stun guns. And you notice here at the side, we see he moves out of the way. By the way, the door opens. We see there's this, it looks like an elevator. Turns out it's some sort of transporting device. But we see, how many bloody stun guns do they need? And a rifle as well. We come in peace. But the stun guns, it's fine. And Tim Rossi, season 1 was classic sci-fi. I like both seasons. I do. I like they've both seasons have got the charms. I think season 1 was the better season. But, they both have their charms. Plus, I like Catherine Schell. Anyway. Apparently, Roland Emmerich may be planning Moonfall 2 and 3. It's going to happen again, is it? I didn't mind Moonfall. I didn't mind it at all. I thought it was fine. Do like season 2's cast. Yes, like I said, Catherine Schell, very nice as Maya, and Tony Vedecci. Where the hell did he come from? Were he like a lower decker in season 1? But he just suddenly rose up to be in the command centre, and Paul had gone somewhere. Old Prentice Hancock, was no more to be seen. But anyway, a Skyfall Moonfall crossover. James Bond on the moon. Well, he's been into space and he's been into orbit. So. Anyway, so they get into this what looks like an elevator, but it isn't. It's a transporter, and it transports them to somewhere. Into somewhere with Vaseline on the lens. And they get into this, funky 70s set. Where we're introduced to Anthony Valentine, who you may know as in the 70s. He played Raffles, the gentleman thief. I think that was Anthony Valentine, wasn't it? Was it? I think it was. I used to like that. And also in Masada. I'm sure doing lots of other things. But anyway, there he is. There's Anthony Valentine with a thing stuck to his forehead. And a big bulbous brain. I don't know what they call these, but they keep... they're telling that, they're not allowed, here, and they've got to be destroyed because humans are a virus. And Helena starts talking to him, saying, but we only want... There you go, she's there. But we only want peace. We can't control where our moon goes. She's speaking in that, soft tones that Helena Russell does. And we only want peace. And then he starts, doesn't he? Bloody hell! Shouting at them. Why are you attacking us? But they fired first, didn't they? Did the moon base Alphans. But, saying, you're too violent, etc. And then Isla Blair appears as another one. And she starts talking about, if you come here, you will destroy a civilization that has lasted for billions of years. And, again, Helen has been all calm, but he keeps putting in, there's Koenig, and basically exacerbating the situation. Who owns the rights to this show? Get on writing that Space 1999 Twitter alone, and you'll be running a show on 10 years. As I said, I've got my Moonbase Alpha series on my website. Well, the pilot, then I've got episode guides for the rest of season 1. Anyway, whatever. So they keep getting told that, they're not allowed there. And then he says, this seems important to them, these coloured sticks. It's some sort of power source. And if maybe they could destroy them. But before they kicks it over, look. But Anthony Valentine appears with the rifle that we saw on in the Eagle. Because they have no weapons of their own, so they're to create human weapons. That's why we saw hawks and stuff. They have no weapons of their own, so they magically create human ones. And he shoots Commander Koenig. Oh, no, she does. Because there we go. Pew, shoots him. Look, he's got flames coming out of his back. And how he feels. Ooh, cracky, it's exciting. Meanwhile, they're getting ready preparing with the evacuations, and she's all sad that he's dead. Koenig's dead, so she's all sad. So they put her in a glass case. Here we go. There's a blue light, and then when she reappears, she's got a purple outfit on, and she's in a glass case. Or is it more lavender? Whatever. She's in the glass case of her own. It's like some museum, isn't it? But and we learned that basically that it's a civilization of brains, essentially, and they have those bodies for a few thousand years, and then they get new bodies. It's probably why they've put Helena in a box. She's one of the new bodies, and they're gonna, feeding the brains essentially with their experiences. That's what they're doing. And they tell her that she can do anything she wants if her brain can find a way to do it. She can do anything she wants. It's a glass case of emotion. We're drinking milk. Anyway, she's sad that John's dead, as you can see there. I think they put a little bit of, maybe she can't cry very well, but it looks very fake to her tears in a bit. It's been painted on. But anyway, she said, I want him back just how he was before he was shot. So you've got to be careful with these wishes, haven't you? I mean, that's horror film, wasn't there? That anthology where that woman wished her husband back, and he came back, and they were all embalmed. And she had to chop him up, but he didn't die because she wished him back to be alive forever. But anyway, that's something else. Right, so he's come back. He's alive. So he goes over to Helena, sees her in the case, but as he approaches, some sort of force field, like that. Look, she's been all, I am in a glass case, sort of thing. It could be a musical. So he can't get to her, so he goes round the side, tries the side, and there's a force field there as well. So then he just runs off. He goes, Helena, and then runs away. Back to the Eagle. Here he goes. So he takes off, heads back, starts heading back to Moonbase Alpha. It says, Alan, you dock with me, and I think he's going to dock with Alan. And they're going to do something with a heavily armed Eagle or whatever. Anyway, Victor, they're the last ones. There's an Eagle left for them. But he's got to do a little message, and he's leaving a message for posterity as, we're men, we are men or humans, and if anybody reads this, we learned that we have a lot left to learn, with tears in his eyes. There he is, look, tears in his eyes as they look out over the lunar surface. Were they going to get married, or were they engaged? I think they were engaged, weren't they? Were they? Maybe. I can't remember in the series. But they were in my version. Anyway, so off they go. They've taken all the equipment as well, look. So they must have stashed all the equipment in the Eagles as well. The consoles and stuff, for some reason. But anyway, he's still waffling on, look. Right, we've got to go. Right, so off they go. Right. She's still in her box, and she's wondering, well, what can I do? And do whatever your brain can work out to do. Anyway, the Twilight Zone, where the guy accidentally becomes Hitler. I haven't seen that one. All of a sudden, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. The Collector has her. Yes. But anyway, so what's she doing now? All right, so that Alan's going to dock with John. So off they go in their heavily armed Eagle, and they're heading towards the planet, but a force field is coming out and preventing them from getting close to the planet. I think if we're going to go in there and just blow everything up. But there we go. The force field's stopping them, and then I think the ship blows up. In a minute. There it goes, starting to blow up. And he says, eject. And I thought the front cockpit bit were going to come off, but no. They're just floating about in space. And look, Alan's dead. His helmet's smashed. And John's just floating in space like Major Tom. And off he goes. And he's basically just talking about Commander John Koenig, last commander of Moonbase Alpha, signing off, sort of thing, as he floats off into infinity. And she's like, John, I want to bring him back. And they say, well, if your brain can work out how to bring him back, you can bring him back. So she does. And here he comes in a minute. There you go. She's thinking, like that. And he's there, look, this is ground control to Major Koenig. So she's going to bring him in. So, off he goes. But she's going to bring him back. There you go, here he comes, look. Whee! And he appears there in the transporter. Of course, he's got his gun out, because it's Koenig. And then he just starts shooting shit up. And it all starts blowing up. And he gets Helena out of her glass case. I don't know what's happened to the other two. I can't remember. Maybe they've just vanished. But he gets Helena out, and then we start seeing all the other stuff blow up in some pyrotechnics. And then for some reason, there we go. We have some stock footage of a nuclear explosion. Or maybe this is an atomic explosion. I don't know the difference. But anyway. So the aliens are killing all the violent humans because humans are violent. But, well, Yeah, but we shot first, didn't we? We drew first blood. He ain't no Mary Poppins, no, he ain't. Oh, Princess Leia. Anyway, stock footage of a nuclear explosion or atomic explosion, take your pick. I think that's supposed to signify that they've buggered the planet up. And so he basically gets up and says, well, that's that knackered, isn't it? And I think he tells everybody to go back to Moonbase Alpha. No point coming here. It's all gone to hell. But then look, like Wayne's World. We're back to the beginning. Let's just make sure we're still going. Yes, we are. Right. We're back to the beginning, and we're seeing the Hawks approaching. They're Mark 9 Hawks. And then, hang on. Helena walks in. He obviously, for Pete's sake, he obviously remembers what has not happened. There we see the Hawks approaching. And then Helena walks in and looks at him. There she goes. And there's some connection. Hang on, we've done this before. And so he says to Alan, don't shoot, Alan. Alan, power down your weapons and all that. And say, what, Commander? Do it. That's an order. And then, there you go. The Hawks disappear one by one. So they are saved. I missed the early 2000s when the internet was full of early CG videos of people just making all the sci-fi franchise ships fight. Eagles and Battlestars and Star Furies. Oh my. Yep. Used to like watching, like I said, the USS Enterprise versus a Star Destroyer, stuff like that, weren't there? There were lots of them about, weren't there? Still is. Anyway, so they've got away with it. They haven't been. Moonbase Alpha is saved, but they're still not allowed to go to that planet because they get a message now from there you go, from Anthony Valentine saying, all that you saw was part, in your imagination, and but it could have happened, if you had chosen the wrong path. Blah blah blah. But for now, bugger off. Basically, you can't land here. All these worlds are for you except this one. And me. So there we go. That's it. And then they look at each other and say, ooh, we could have died, but we didn't. And that's it. That's the end. That's the end. And we get the cast list and some nice spacey shots, which would make nice wallpapers, wouldn't they, if it weren't for all the writing. But they've changed the music. There's no bloody Space 1999 Season 1 theme, the amazing theme by Barry Gray. Ding-a-ling, that. None of that. Some different music. And the ending theme at the end of Destination Moonbase Alpha is even worse than this one. By Oliver Onions. But anyway, so there we go. So that's the end. That's it. Oh, well, that's the deep Blu-ray menu. Enhanced widescreen with episodic soundtrack. Original full screen with movie soundtrack. Oh, right. Oh, so maybe if I'd watched the original full screen, maybe that's the VHS version. Maybe. I'll have to check. But the enhanced widescreen is... I want to watch it in widescreen, you see, not in full screen. Anyway. Yes, all these worlds belong to us, yes. Why didn't they send them back to before the moon breaks away? Because they were there, and they could only send them back to where they were there, in their system. That's my excuse. Right, so there we go. That's the end of Space 1999, Alien Attack. Next week, we're doing Destination Moonbase Alpha. I'm lying, we're not. I'm kidding. But we might do it one day, but we're not doing it next week. But anything was possible. Just not that. Because you'd have no series, would you? You'd have no series. Right. So there we go. So that's the end of that. It's full. I like Space 1999, and I'm going to get round to watching my Blu-ray box set. All the different episodes with Brian Blessed and all these people popping up in it. It's a lot of funny Space 1999 if you haven't seen it before. It's cool. Too short a show. Yes, it would have been. Because War Games were only episode 4 in the series. But anyway. Right, we'll leave it there. Hang on. Does the box set have them in correct order? I don't know. I haven't checked. Hang on, let's have a look. Ooh, my knee. Did you hear my knee crack then? Let's have a here somewhere. There we go. Let's have a look. Hey, disc 1. Breakaway, Matter of Life and Death. That's yes, it might have been in the correct order actually. Just let me. Where are we? I've got the list of episodes, and the on Wikipedia it shows me the order of transmission. Where were we? Disc 1. Yes, it looks like Matter of Life and Death should be 2. Yes, it is. They've got them in the proper order on the discs, not in the broadcast order. They've got them in the proper order. So Earthbound, the one with Simmons in, is episode 5. Well, it tries to. A ship is heading to Earth. An alien ship is heading towards Earth, and he wants to be on it because he wants to go back to Earth, and so he uses his sneaky ways to get on it. But be careful what you wish for. He ends up being trapped in a glass case, I think, and presumably dying. Right. Anyway, so there we go. It could have been like season 2 of Buck Rogers, same cast but on the ship. Well, it's kind of on the ship. It's the moon. It's a moon ship. Is Space 99 still included on Prime? Not in the. Don't think so. I don't think it's ever been on Prime, has it? I don't know. Unless you can buy it. I haven't checked. Let's have a look. On Prime. Prime Video. I don't think it's on this. It might be on BritBox or something like that. Oops. No, this video is currently unavailable. Hang on. Oh no, but you can buy season 1. $8.99 to buy season 1. And it's got. Oh, there you go. Hang on. Season 2, maybe. No, season 2. According to this, it says season 2 unavailable, but season 1. It says season 1 there unavailable, and underneath it, season 1, $8.99 to buy the season. But no season 2 according to this, which is poo. But it might be on BritBox or one of those sorts of channels, streaming services. Both seasons are on my Prime. They're not on mine, because I've just checked here. I'm not lying, I'll show you. Hang on. I'll show you. There we go. Space 1999 season 1 unavailable. Space 1999 season 1 $8.99 to buy the season. And then you got Plan 9 from Outer Space, Office Space, Space Jam, Space 1999 season 2 unavailable. Astronaut's Wife, blah blah blah. Gerry Anderson, and that's it. That's your lot. That's all there is. That's all there is on my Prime. So there. Right. I do have BritBox though. I am. Got too many streaming services. Too many of them. Got Disney, Prime, Netflix. On WWE Network. I keep forgetting I've got that. I've only got that until WrestleMania, then I'll cancel it. Oh dear. Right, we'll leave it there. Right, so what's coming up next? What are we on Monday? Wednesday is my live news stream. Friday, I haven't got my DVD down for that. Friday's Appointment with Fear is Jeepers Creepers 2. That's on Friday. And what am I doing for what am I doing next Monday? Have I decided? And you know what I'm gonna do? I just got it. It just came today. An amazing. The DVDs are not Blu-rays, but this arrived today. Doug McClure's Lost Worlds. We've got At the Earth's Core, Warlords of Atlantis, and The Land That Time Forgot. And I think next Monday, I think we're going to do Warlords of Atlantis, because I love that film. I love Land That Time Forgot as well, and At the Earth's Core. Land That Time Forgot, one of the first films I saw at the cinema back in 1974. I remember my mum taking me to watch it. And it was a double feature, you know, 'cause they did have them back then, with Island at the Top of the World. And I wasn't keen on that, but I saw it recently. I think it might be on Disney+. Really good film. But at the time, as a kid, I was only 7. I wasn't a fan of that. But I loved Land That Time Forgot. But next Monday, I've decided we're doing Warlords of Atlantis. Bit of Doug McClure. What more could you ask for? Right, so we'll leave it there. Right, so thanks Sci-Fi Quest and Win Grace and Joshua Kanapke. Did Josh Temple arrive? And Tim Rose as well, Tim Rose. I don't think we had Josh Temple, did we? No harpoons today, which would be handy on the moon. But anyway, we'll leave it there. Thanks for engaging in the chat. Josh Kanapke says, good times. Everyone have a great week. Yes, I hope I do. I hope I have a great tomorrow, better than I had today. Very annoying one today for me. But anyway, right, we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'll see thee.